Howdy folks, let's work on our glute muscles with a friendly foam roller. This is a great entry point if either you have tried the lacrosse ball and it's just way too intense for us right now, or if you've never worked on these muscles before and you want a gentler entry point into getting these muscles to relax and release. So I've got my favorite foam roller here because it's nice and firm, but it also has these little nodules and ridges to help me dig into this muscle a little bit more. You can use just a standard foam roller, and I will say a long foam roller can be a little bit difficult to work with this exercise. So you can use it if that's all you've got, but I personally prefer a medium or a shorter foam roller. It's just a little less stuff to have to deal with and manage while we're trying to work on our glutes. So very simple. I'm going to work on my right hip here since it's closer to the camera. This is a very easy exercise to do. All we're going to do is make sure we kind of got one hand on the ground, one hand stabilizing the foam roller, and then we will kind of gently lift ourselves up onto that foam roller. Okay, make sure that my feet are nice and planted on the ground. My arms are comfortable supporting me. And then what I'm going to do, instead of sitting directly on the roller, I'm going to kind of lean all my weight to one side and angle a little bit. So I might find some tender spots here. I might play around with the angle of the foam roller so that it matches the angle of my glute. But we're going to start by gently rolling back and forth until we find a tender spot. Now, because the foam roller isn't as pinpoint and intense as the lacrosse ball, it might be beneficial to do some very small, slow movements to help release this muscle. Now notice, we're not rolling like many people have been taught. I joke, we're not painting a wall, okay? We're doing like a really fine paint by numbers, okay? We got a very small little area that we're just gonna try to gently go back and forth on, okay, for about 30 to 60 seconds. Now, what you can also do if you found a tender spot is I might drop my knee out into hip external rotation. I might bring my knee in, internal rotation of the hip, and that might get those muscles to activate and press into the foam roller. So either find that tender spot and make very small, very slow, very subtle movements, okay? Or I can drop that knee out and bring it back in to help pin and strip this muscle. Now, the glute is a very large muscle, so it's important to go searching. I might move a little bit completely off my side, and this might be a little tender spot as well. I might move the foam roller down towards my heels. I might move it up towards my belt buckle, but we don't want to be kind of like on the belt buckle or that area, because now we're just on our hip bones. So stay kind of in the meaty part of your glute, maybe lean off. Find those tender spots, probably 3 to 4 different unique spots in this muscle, 30 to 60 seconds each one. Let's work on this so we can progress to that lacrosse ball, which is going to be a lot more pinpoint, a lot more effective to help us get our glutes healthier, get some more hip extension in our lives so that we can do all of our fun daily activities and play all the sports that we love to play.